You're tuned into the Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1, your love music, love life station. It's 30 minutes past 6 a.m. on a Thursday morning, 10th day in the month of October 2024. It is 10-10-24 for those who love to play around with numbers, like I do sometimes. But anyways, welcome along to this beautiful ride, this great morning. Ayokunmi right here, ready to get you into the world of business on Business Express. And like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be talking on one hand about the fuel price increase. And we're going to specifically be looking at the impact of that on salary earners and business owners as well. And joining me this morning to, talk about this, give her thoughts and perspective as well as some very much needed words of advice is Chinasa Ezeogu. Good morning to you. She's the founder of Workready School Africa. Good morning, Chinasa. Great to have you on Business Express.
Good morning, Ayo. It's good to be here.
Absolute pleasure to have you. I mean, like I mentioned, fuel price increase, that is what has been on, the hearts and minds and the lips of Nigerians since sometime yesterday morning or thereabouts. At NNPC fuel stations, it's been pegged at 998 naira per liter. That's in Lagos anyway. It's 1,000 and above in other parts of the country, but let's stick with Lagos because we know that other fuel stations definitely will be selling at above 1,000 naira per liter. Now, how exactly right now can Nigerians earn more to cope with the cost of living? Because it's going to skyrocket astronomically now.
So it's a very dicey situation. So the rising cost of living, it makes it very important for individuals to explore multiple ways to increase their income. That's the
Mm,
only way to survive this high fuel price. So one of the most effective approaches is to enhance your digital skills that can boost your earnings, that can boost your job prospects, right?
okay,
So
okay.
once you can learn digital skills that are in demand, you're able to significantly increase your earnings. That's the only way to survive right now. It's not by focusing on any other thing, it's by focusing on making sure you have multiple sources of income. So that's
Mm,
exactly what we focus on. You know, you talked about Workready School. That's what we focus on. We focus on equipping people to gain these skills to be able to position themselves effectively in the job market or to earn. You know, and then with digital tools like AI, you're able to leverage remote work, freelance opportunities that can
mm,
provide much needed financial cushion during these challenging times.
okay. Interesting thoughts there. Now, still on this high prices because in other cities, fuel is definitely selling at above 1,000 naira. In fact, even before this increase yesterday, the prices of fuel in other parts of the country were already above 1,000 naira, and goodness knows how high they will be going right now. Now,
Exactly.
you talk about these skills. Now, what particular skills would you call high earning skills, and how exactly can people learn? I mean, what platforms would be available for this? And on another, tangent, shouldn't businesses be exploring increasing salaries right now, don't you think?
Yeah. So on one hand, you talked about high earning skills. What are the high
Right.
earning skills today? They're not only the technical things you learn in school. We all know how the educational system is, right? There are
Mm, mm,
also things like data analysis or core employability skills. You learn things around communication. You're proficient in office tools, something that basic. People are able to do virtual assistant jobs sitting at their desk at home, right? And earn more
right.
money in dollars, right? So it's just learning those things, knowing how to interview well, increasing your chances of getting jobs, of earning more money. There are platforms like us, Workready School Online, that are great places for you to learn these things. Data analysis is selling, right? So while businesses should consider adjusting salaries to match the rising cost of living, individuals can also take proactive steps to make themselves more valuable by learning these skills that are in-demand skills. So at Workready School, we train people in areas like AI, Excel, PowerPoint. We make them more efficient. We increase your chances of also being able to negotiate better packages when you go for interviews and all of that. So you can either work remotely or even work for anybody. But bottom line is you need to get digital skills because at the
Mm,
end of the day, how many businesses can afford to increase these salaries right now? They're also
that's a good
struggling
question.
with the high cost of fuel, right? So everybody is in it.
Everybody is in it too. But talking about these skills, are they globally competitive skills or just tailored to the Nigerian job market?
So many of the skills that I'm talking about that we teach at Workready School that are globally competitive. For instance, proficiency in AI. Those are tools for jobs anywhere in the world. The shift towards remote work has opened up global opportunities, meaning you can work for an organization in the US or even Europe without leaving your home. So when you master these skills, Nigerians can tap into international job markets and increase their earning potential, right? So they are
Mm,
globally accepted. They're skills that you need no matter what kind of job that you do.
Very important to note that. I mean, now more than ever, it's evident that a lot of quote unquote diversifying needs to happen when it comes to an individual's skill set. But that being said, looking in totality, looking at this hike in petrol and businesses, entrepreneurs, what exactly can they actually do to manage operational costs? Because that is one thing that is a big issue. And does this affect the amount of salaries that young people can earn in Nigeria right now?
So the petrol fuel hike will indeed increase business operational costs, particularly for those reliant on physical infrastructure and logistics. So, how do
Okay.
entrepreneurs mitigate this? You have to adopt digital solutions to reduce your overheads. Tools that can streamline your operations are readily available. So, at Workready School, we emphasize the importance of mastering these office tools to help businesses operate more efficiently, regardless of external economic factors. As for salaries, while young people may find it harder to negotiate higher wages due to the rising cost, having strong employability skills can still give them a competitive edge. Employers are likely to offer better compensation to candidates who demonstrate that they bring added value. You have to bring something more to the table today, right? So
Right.
businesses, on one hand, need to manage their costs. Young people need to increase their earnings. That's the only way. And the only way to do it is to make sure that you're in tune with what's going on out there in terms of digital skills.
Mm, that is an important thing. Being in tune with what is obtainable in the market these days. Okay, now still talking about skills and development. Career development experts and business leaders will gather at the University of Lagos in November of 2024 to discuss the fundamentals of career and skills development in the 21st century. Now, that being said, excuse me, that being said, I know that you have, I mean, you mentioned Workready, your organization, where you train young people on skills that, that help them to be employable. Now, what has your experience been in this sector? I mean, would you say that young people are ready to face the changing job market, and what exactly can they do early on to tackle this?
So, Workready School is about a year now, and in my experience, many young people are eager to prove their employability. But some of the time, they lack the funding or they don't even know where to go,
Mm,
right? So, schools are teaching you one hand the technical skills, they're not teaching the soft skills. So, they lack practical skills that make them attractive to employers. So, that's why we focus on equipping them with these skills that are directly applicable in today's job market. You're talking about CV writing. Most people can't even write a CV. They don't know how to interview. I interview young people every day and they lose these opportunities because they're not even able to, sell themselves at these interviews. It's also proficiency in essential office tools. People are not able to use simple tools like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. They're actually basic, right? The
mm,
job market is constantly changing. So the sooner young people start learning these skills, the better positioned they will be. Through hands-on training, exposure to tools, communication techniques, we prepare them not just to survive, but to thrive in the changing landscape. We have a lot of success stories with people that have gone through and they're like, oh, I didn't know that it was this easy to be able to push myself, sell myself, even leveraging tools like LinkedIn to be able to be out there to
mm.
showcase these are my values, these are my skills. Young people don't know how to do that. I've gotten 3 jobs being positioned properly on LinkedIn, so I know what I'm talking about, right? So that's the only way
Interesting.
right now for them to improve their employability.
Okay, now I also need to ask this because we've talked a lot about young people. What about older people? What about people, maybe their 30s, close to 40 and all that, who are still in, working on their careers, who are still in the job market as well? Does this also apply to them? Is it not too late?
Absolutely. No, it's not too late.
It's
So
never too late.
we have, no, not at all. It's never too late, actually. We
Mm,
have stay-at-home moms who maybe they took a break for 15 years and they needed to come back to the workplace. What do you do?
okay.
All you need to do is to update your skills, because what obtains today in the workplace wasn't what was there 15 years ago. So that's part of what Workready focuses on, brushing up, upskilling you again to be able to come back to the workplace. And we have success stories too with people like that who've come on board, learned these skills, and they're able to go back, interview properly, explain because I mean, even while you're out of the job market, or even while you're in the job market, things are evolving every day. You have to continue to upskill and learn and learn and learn. That's the only way.
Learn and learn and learn. Okay, now from all this, looking at businesses, how much can they actually benefit from graduates or younger people or anyone really who are well trained in these modern skills? And on the other hand, what role do employers actually play in developing these skills further? Because we hear, some people say that, oh, my employer hasn't done anything to actually, should I say, develop my skills or to improve me further? I mean, does it fall at the doorstep of the employer, or does all this fall squarely on the shoulders of the individual in question?
So you asked two questions there. Every time I speak to entrepreneurs, employers, the one thing they complain about is having employable people. You have graduates everywhere, but do you have employable people? So
Hmm,
graduates that are trained in employability skills are ready to add value from day one. There's a difference. When we train people and they get a job, we get feedback. Sometimes people come to us to recruit directly, and the feedback is always different. Like, thank God, this one's, from day one, they're adding value. They can immediately contribute by streamlining workflows, improving your communication, by utilizing essential school tools that they've learned. Businesses can benefit immensely from such graduates, especially when they come from institutions like Workready, where the curriculum is designed to meet the demands of modern workplace. On the other hand, employers can also play a role in further developing these skills by
okay.
offering these trainings and mentorships, right? The partnership between education providers and employers ensure a workplace that is both capable and adaptable. So we also have employers who actually send their people, please, can you just upskill these people for us? The program is
Hmm,
online, it's 3 weeks. It's not that long. And they see quickly the difference once they implement what they've learned within 3 to 6 months. So employers can also, they come to us, they train the same people and say, just train our people, right? So it's a two-way street. You're upskilling yourself. As an employer, you're also looking for a certain cadre of people. You can also be the one offering this training to them to make them ready for you.
Now that is absolutely amazing stuff. I mean, in a nutshell, where we are right now, looking at fuel prices, looking at the economy, looking at how everything is going up and up and up, it is very important for not just young people, but for everyone who is a Nigerian, living in Nigeria, trying to survive in Nigeria, to develop themselves further. This is the point where self-development needs to be on overdrive. That is just the truth of the matter.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining me this morning, Chinasa Ezeogu, the founder of Workready School Africa. It's been a pleasure having you on Business Express this beautiful morning.
Thank you so much, Ayo, for having me. It's been good talking to you.
All
Bye for
right. Do
now.
have a great Thursday and a great weekend as well in prospect.
Thank
All
you.
right, Lakers, thank you for being a part of the show this morning, Business Express. Keep it tuned to Smooth 98.1. There's more great music coming your way as